Good evening, hello and welcome to the special broadcast. I'm Anusha Soni. Udayanithi Stalin, the son of Tamil Nadu Chief Minister M.K. Stalin, has been inducted into the state cabinet as the Youth and Sports Minister. The MLA who's been recently elected to the State Assembly and in his constituency was promoted to the ministerial position in the latest cabinet expansion by the Tamil Nadu government. Now, Udhayanidhi has also made an announcement to quit his acting career. He has had a relatively successful acting career, but the opposition is miffed with the political elevation of Udhayanidhi, calling DMK a flag bearer of nepotism. Well, Dynasty Politics has been severely criticized in recent political discourse. But is there any political party in the country that can claim to be completely free of any kind of dynastic influences? Udhayanidhi's elevation, what it means for Tamil Nadu politics, what can Indian polity, really learn from this kind of elevation, or is there really a way out of dynasty politics? Can Indian politics be ever free of nepotism? All these questions are our top focus on Biggest Exclusive tonight.
Honorable Minister presents bouquet to the Honorable Chief Minister.
Udhayanidhi Stalin.
The first thing that I want to do is implement we have promised a mini stadium per constituency. That was our election manifesto. So I want to start my work on that.
ஏற்கனவே எல்லா துறையிலும் ஊழல் நடைபெற்றுக் கொண்டிருக்கிறது. இவர் வந்தால் அந்த ஊழலுக்கெல்லாம் தலைவராக இருந்து செயல்படுவார்.
While the dynasty charge continues to haunt the DMK and various other political parties, as I said earlier, there is no political party in the country that can claim itself to be completely free of this charge. Dynasty has been a factor, a characteristic of South Asian politics, not just here in India. And in some way, in many ways rather, it has also had the popular mandate and support. Well, you can't get elected if you're not chosen by the people. Let's have a look at this. The journey of how the father versus son, how their political journey has been. Many argue that Udhayanidhi Stalin has got elevated as a cabinet minister too soon, while the present chief minister of Tamil Nadu, Mr. M.K. Stalin, he became the DMK secretary back in 1983. He started off as a film producer and distributor, had a very different career trajectory, became one of DMK's campaigners in 2019. He contested in the assembly polls in 1984. He lost. He did not begin by winning the elections very easily. His journey is something that he waited in the wings. He was groomed by his father, and that is how slowly and steadily he made his way into active politics. And now, of course, the Chief Minister of Tamil Nadu. Contested in the assembly polls in 1984, he lost. He became one of the DMK campaigners in 2018. And their journey is very, very different. While, as I said earlier, M.K. Stalin is somebody who had a long career. He was also the mayor of Chennai for some time. For a very long time, he stayed there, being mentored by his father in the seniors within the party. Contested again, won in 1989, lost again in 1991. The political career of DMK chief M.K. Stalin is one which is riddled with political struggle. It did not come to him very, very easily. He had to work very hard for it. He formed a 3-member campaign team with Stalin and Kanimori, and of course in 2021 he was elected. He contested and won the Chepauk-Thiruvallikeni constituency in 2021, and now he's been elevated as a cabinet minister. He contested and won in 1996 for 3 consecutive terms, and now from here on, from 1996 to now, this is a journey which has been, rising to the top office in the state of Tamil Nadu. Elected as Chennai's mayor in 1996 and 2001, as I said earlier, he was the mayor in Chennai, held this administrative post, had some kind of experience, had a very active political career. He did not have any kind of alternate career, unlike his son, Udhayanidhi Stalin, who was, having a very active career in the film industry. He was given the leadership, talking about Udhayanidhi Stalin, he was given the leadership of the party youth wing, and as I said earlier, he contested in 2021 and won in 2022. Now, dynasty in Indian politics, it's not just about Mr. M.K. Stalin or Udhayanidhi Stalin. As I said earlier, no political party can claim to be completely free of this. The Congress party is often called the party of dynasts. From Jawaharlal Nehru to Indira Gandhi to Rajiv Gandhi, then you had Rahul Gandhi, Priyanka Gandhi Vadra. Of course, both of them, Priyanka Gandhi is not holding any kind of office. Rahul Gandhi of course, is the Member of Parliament. Rajesh Palit and Sachin Palit, yet another father-son duo. You have Shamsher Singh Surjewala and his son Randeep Singh Surjewala, who is a very active member of the Congress party. In the BJP as well, you have a lot of leaders whose son are, are active political members. Pankaj Singh, who's a lawmaker himself, son of Raksha Mantri Rajnath Singh. You also have Prem Kumar Dhumal, and his son is none other than the Union Minister Anurag Thakur. You also have Mr. B.S. Yediyurappa, whose son is vying for a much bigger role in the politics of the state of Karnataka, B.Y. Raghavendra. So in BJP, in Samajwadi Party, well, this is called the party of families. You have Mulayam Singh Yadav going to Akhilesh Yadav. He is now the SP Supremo. You have Balasaheb Thackeray and Uddhav Thackeray. Well, not really talking about the kind of division that happened within Shiva Sena. And of course, Aditya Thackeray, who was earlier a minister when Uddhav Thackeray faction was leading the government, the Agadi government. In TRS, you have K. Chandrasekhar Rao and his son K.D. Rama Rao, who is a part of active politics. You also have sister K. Kavita, who is very active in the politics of the state. In southern states, of course, it's not very different how you have in the north. Family continues to play a very, very important and dominant role. And through these images, through these pictures, the story I'm trying to establish is that it's not just about DMK. The dynasty charge is here to stay for all political parties. But that being said, today, because Udhayanidhi Stalin and his elevation as a cabinet minister is dominating the political discourse, we are discussing this story. If DMK is the party with the difference, if this is the party that wants to bring in the change in the politics of Tamil Nadu, then should it not really make an effort to at least not look dynastic? The kind of elevation that has happened, BJP, AIADMK, they've taken pot shots at the manner in which this elevation has happened. Let's take this question to our guests as well, who are joining us on the broadcast. Uma Anandan, who's the BJP councillor and vice president of the Temple Worshippers Society, is joining us. Mr. A. Sarvanan, who's the spokesperson of DMK. Mr. Suman Siraman, who's a political analyst, is also joining us on the broadcast. And Mr. Kovai Satyan, who's the AIADMK spokesperson, is also joining us on the show. Mr. Satyan, coming to you first. How do you see the elevation of Udhayanidhi Stalin? And as I said in the beginning of the show, no political party can claim to be completely spot-free, devoid of this charge. The dynastic politics is a characteristic of Indian polity. And every political party has traces or pieces of it.
I'll come to your definition of dynasty a bit later.
Sure.
Let me show you the difference, what dynasty in DMK is all about vis-a-vis other party. But today, Tamil Nadu had witnessed a murder of democracy. And Tamil Nadu people realize father and son duo can lie without any hesitation. If somebody can lie at the drop of a hat, father and son opens their mouth only to lie. Somebody who says they don't have any political inclination nor political ambition, there are stalwarts and seniors in the party. And the father who says none of his family members will be in the political arena or in the public life, and everything changes topsy-turvy in 4 years' time. We don't have any issue somebody getting a mandate from the people. Nobody questions that. You got a mandate from the people to be an MLA or MP, that's fine. But look at what's happening in DMK, why we call it as a dynasty rule. Father, son, grandson, great-grandson, that's how the baton gets changed in the party's helm of affairs. Stalin is the head of the party. His sister Kanimoli, who is an MP, is the Deputy General Secretary. And you have all the other family members who are holding different roles and portfolios within the party. And for 5 decades, it is the family members who are calling the shots in the party. And what's more amusing is these people come and take lectures on democracy, democratic principles, democratic values and beliefs.
Okay. So,
this is what
no. You made a point in the beginning and you said, I'm going to tell you about the definition of dynasty. Why didn't you tell me about that definition and then I'll go to DMK?
Yeah, this is nepotism of the highest order. That's one family which has been favored. And they are being favored for their own personal benefit. It is not for the benefit of the party or their ideology. It is for the benefit of the party.
Mr. Sarvanan, if DMK is a party with difference, if DMK is the party which wants to lead the state towards prosperity, greater democracy, more equity, then shouldn't it be the party making effort to make sure that dynastic politics is not dominating the key decisions within the party?
See, dynasty politics is an empty rhetoric, an empty allegation brought in by the opposition parties just to besmirch the good work. You're talking about the prosperity and all other things. We have ushered it in. Our leader, Mr. M.K. Stalin, by this concept of this Dravidian model, which when you contrast this with the Gujarat model or the Aryan model, done with throughout the country, we have been doing excellently in all the parameters, whether it be social indices or economic indices or any other thing. So they don't have anything to strike us with. So when our Deputy Youth Wing Secretary, Mr. Udhayanidhi Stalin, who is also an MLA elected by the people of Tamil Nadu, is given the responsibility of ministership. These people come and say, oh, this is dynasty and all that. I am asking, the BJP is now questioning this, the ADMK is questioning this. Where did the BJP go when Mr. Aditya Thackeray took charge as a minister? They were having the Badals, the family of the Badals. They were in tie-ups with Mufti Muhammad Saeed. Then the conscience of the BJP did not prick then.
No, those are fair questions to ask. And there was a reason. Mr. Saravanan, there was a reason that in the beginning of the show I said that no political party can claim that, look, there is no dynasty within our party. Every political party. But my question to you was different. My question to you was that you are the party which is the flag bearer of change in Dravidian politics. Shouldn't you be different? That's my question to you.
See, that is what we are different. We are nobody has been given a plum post. They have fought the hard way.
Youth and Sports Ministry is not a plum post?
See, he has been elected by the people of Tamil Nadu.
No doubt about
That's what
that.
I think. Yeah, so what is his contribution? Why the DMK has chosen him? Because he came into the party in 2019 when we were not in power. We have looked at, we have stared at 4 electoral losses, a big election.
Let me also bring in Umaji and Sumansi Raman into the discussion. Umaji, there are some pointed questions that the DMK has raised for you. They are saying you have tied up with any political party which has, nepotism as its running ideology. The BJP has not shied away from joining hands. Look at different political parties. Perhaps they've not done anything different. Why are you targeting them?
See, we have pointed out to the dynastic politics in all the parties, even our own allies. See, even with our allies have followed the dynastic politics, you must appreciate that we stick to the stand of being with a party with a difference and did not encourage. How many presidents? Everybody had a limited term. BJP presidents have the limited term and then you have somebody else. It is not that Mr. Kushabau Thackeray or Mr. Rajnath Singh or Mr. Nitin Gadkari, then it went to this thing. So this is something which Mr. Saravanan should talk about, and he does it with such a straight face, and they are experts in that, as Mr. Satyan told. I would like to raise this question. There was no doubt about Mr. Udhayanidhi Stalin following his father's and grandfather's footsteps. It was only a question of when. There are previous interviews where with a straight face, they said, you had Mr. Udhayanidhi Stalin telling, I will not even enter politics, right? And this is something like their fake promises during the polls. So they are always experts on talking one thing and doing one thing. So Mr. Saravanan cannot defend this at all. So second, I would like to ask, he said that this is a party which speaks about social justice, democracy, and all that. So where does it go? It flies to the wings when it comes to the leadership. Only that family can be the same like Congress. The Gandhi surname matters. The same way this Muthuvel Karunanidhi, the family name matters here also. So he says, see, Mr. Stalin's case is different. He rose up from the down and he have worked hard. He rose up gradually. It is even being announced as a deputy chief minister, as a successor to his father, was going on and on for about 2 to 3 years. So we are not comparing Mr. Stalin's thing at all.
Journey.
He succeeded because he happened to be the son, but he worked for it. He rose from the lower cadre
Mr. Saravanan, a quick response from you, and then I want to bring in Mr. Sumansi Raman.
Stalin at all.
Mr. Saravanan, Mr. Saravanan, the journey of the DMK president and the present chief minister of Tamil Nadu is a very different journey. He has struggled his way up. He was groomed by his father. The journey of Udhayanidhi Stalin is very, very different. He had a different career altogether, and he made a shift of sorts. I mean, the question that the opposition is asking, that that other than the fact that yes, he's a very good recognized film star. One second. The fact that he's a recognized film star, yes, he has a face value. That being said, what are the other qualifications he's bringing to the table? He doesn't have that kind of political experience.
See, I don't know from where do you get this idea that Mr. Udayanithi Stalin does not have political experience. I told you.
Not like his father at least.
See, no two people could be compared.
All right, Umaji, let him make his point. Umaji, let him make his point. No,
the first time MLA.
Yes,
How
yes,
many of them can boast about that in DMK itself?
Absolutely. First time MLA. How many of your first time MLAs have been made a minister?
See, in the BJP, people have been in the topmost ministries without even getting elected. They lost the elections and still they are ministers.
Sir, let's talk about your party. I will ask BJP that question.
When a question is, this is my answer.
What about
This is my answer. What about tree? I am pointing out how this could happen. When that could happen,
I have to bring in Mr. Raman into the discussion. He's been patiently listening to all of us. Mr. Raman, I'm coming to you. Is there something particularly wrong with the manner in which the elevation of Udhayanidhi Stalin has happened? Or perhaps this is the characteristic of how Indian politics, Indian political parties function, characteristics of the politics in the South Asian region, where family plays a very important and a key role. But there's an important point that the BJP is making, that the manner in which the present Chief Minister of Tamil Nadu, Mr. M.K. Stalin, made his way up to the position of the Chief Minister is a long political journey. Udhayanidhi Stalin is a first-time MLA.
First of all, we have to differentiate and distinguish between political parties and family-run business enterprises. For all practical purposes, if you go in across many states, and I don't think it's fair to single out the DM, because let's face it, the Akali Dal today is a Badal family party. Shiva Sena today is a Thackeray family party. The Samajwadi Party today is a Mulayam Singh Yadav family party. The RJD today is a Lalu Yadav family party. The TRS or BRS today is a
Umaji, I'll come to you. One at a time, please. One at a time. Yeah.
Look, the point is very clear. This is not the only party which is indulging in this. Now, where is the problem? What problem I have is with what Mr. Saravanan says, trying to say, no, it is not. Many of his other colleagues are very open about it. They are not apologetic about it. And I don't think they need to be apologetic about it. Indian politics is like that. Now, in the BJP itself, the BJP is a much younger party than the DMK. Give them another 25, 30 years. There will be a couple of families which come. Already you have Anurag Thakur. You have, the likes of Mr. Pankaj Singh. You have the likes of Vasundhara Raje and so many others. So it's a matter of time. And I will not, if Mr. Udhayanidhi Stalin messes up his job, yes, he deserves strictest condemnation. And now he has had an opportunity. Would others in the DMK have got that? 1 minute. Would others in the DMK who are first-term MLAs have got that opportunity if they were not part of the family? They would not have got it. Come on, let's not even kid ourselves about it.
Yeah.
But the point is, this is not unique to any one party. And here is the party which is for all practical purposes saying, yes, he is there because he is his father's son and because
okay, that's
he can deliver the goods at some point.
Mr. Raman, no. I'm coming to you. Umaji, I'll come to you. Okay, a quick rebuttal from you. Quick rebuttal.
Between other parties and this party, yes. The parties were funded out by the family. The founder was Thackeray. The founder was Badal. While that cannot be, or Mr. Mulayam Singh Yadav. But for the DMK, the founding fathers were different. But now it has come to the hands of one family.
Yes. Mr. Raman, I'm coming.
Karunanidhi's family was not the founding fathers.
All right.
of the
Umaji, I think we can only have a discussion when we hear each other. Yes, Mr. Raman. Yes, Mr. Raman. Yes.
Look, the point is, the cadre, ever since the time of Mr. Karunanidhi, the cadre has voted for him. I don't believe that they were voting for social justice principles and all that stuff that they give gyan about. This was look, in Tamil Nadu, it has always been that way. People voted for MGR, people voted for Jayalalitha, people voted for Mr. Karunanidhi. End of story. For
No,
the last
Mr. Raman,
40 years, that's how it feels.
I want to take a
There is
particular
no
point
growth
and
for
take that to all our guests. There's one particular point you made, which is also in my mind, that the reason why dynasty politics or family-run enterprises, as you call them, runs in this country, because it gets a thumbs up from the people. While if Udayanithi Stalin was not chosen as an MLA or various other political parties, if they have not had the backing of the people, so-called dynasty cannot survive in Indian polity without the mandate of the people. So the point that you were talking, about that why do you have to be apologetic about it? Why do you think political parties are apologetic about it?
No, I don't think political parties by and large are apologetic about it. Let's face it, if you look at the Tamil media today, most of the DMK spokespersons are not apologetic. I don't know why Mr. Saravanan is trying to,
Interesting. Let me bring in Mr. Saravanan as well. A lot has been said about his party. Mr. Saravanan, there is an argument that Mr. Sumansi Raman is making that, okay, there's dynasty within your party. Okay, there's dynasty within your party. It has got the mandate of the people. Udhayanidhi Stalin was chosen. So was his father. So was his grandfather. There is a certain pattern and characteristic within your party. Why are you shying away from it? Respond to that.
Who's shying away from it? We say, nobody is shying away from it. We are proud that he's been made chief. He's made the sports minister. That's why I told you the reason why he has been chosen is his hard work. I'm saying, look at, he's an actor who's in the 40 to 45 age category, who's got a good fan following, a great fan following. Tell me which party in India will say no, such an actor. If the actor comes and says, I want to campaign for your party, I want to work hard for your party, which party will say no to that? Any party in India will say no to a person with such credibility and with such credentials. So that is what, that is one thing. And look how he has proved himself from 2019, 2021.
Mr. Raman, I'll come to you. I'll give you the closing
elections,
comments.
And also let us not forget how he has performed as an MLA in the Triplicane constituency. He has done a stellar job there. So he knows what to do. He knows how to mingle with people.
Okay, I am going to bring in Mr. Kovai Satyan and Uma Anandan into the discussion. Mr. Satyan,
I mean, this is hilarious.
Mr. Raman, 30 seconds. 30 seconds to you, then I have to go to other guests. 30 seconds to you.
Yeah. There are people in the DMK who have been associated and have worked their lives for the party for 30 and 40 years. What nonsense is Mr. Saravanan saying that he has worked so hard for the party? There are so many more deserving people.
I think that's an implicit acceptance of dynasty politics.
My problem is he is getting there because he's a dynast. There is no problem with that. There is no problem with that because everybody is doing it. I'm not.
All right, Mr. Kovai Satyan, coming to the discussion, is it an established fact? That dynasty is a factor and that is why it's working the way it's working?
Can I make my final closing comments?
Yes, sir. Please go ahead. Mr. Satyan, please go ahead.
The biggest threat to present democracy is one family controlling the party and controlling the government for the betterment and benefit of their own family. That family is in the business, what and all business you can name, they are in that business to mint money for their own selves, putting aside the public interest and welfare of the people at the backseat. This is what we have been alleging. Somebody who had come to Chennai in search of a fortune, rather than working hard, gets into public life and claims to be the top 10 richest family in Asia. This is what the biggest threat to the democracy. Nobody has any issues if father and son are there and they dedicate their life to public life and they deliver. Rather than delivering for the welfare of the people, if they deliver for their own personal interest and for their own family, that is the biggest threat to the dynasty which DMK is known for. Starting from cable television, satellite communications, airlines, water, name a business, film distribution, they are there everywhere. Their family members and associates are there everywhere. They suck the taxpayers' money for their own personal interest and benefit. This is the biggest danger to democracy. That's what we call this. Nepotism is not good.
Okay.
And nobody with them taking a mandate.
Uma Anandan, I'm coming to you. Those are the points that Kovai Satyan has made, and he has said that not just in politics, but there are other commercial spheres as well where DMK is dominating. That's a threat to democracy. I'll go to DMK and take a reaction on that. But an argument that was made by Sumanji is very interesting. He said that BJP is a fairly young party. And that is the reason perhaps you don't have so many dynasts who are running the party. Give it some years, perhaps you may see the trend within your own party as well. Respond to that criticism.
I beg to disagree with Mr. Sumant Raman on that, because our party bylaw by itself says the head of the president of the All India BJP is never handed over to the son or the daughter. Every 4 years, it is a must, they have to be changed. They cannot cling to that post for permanent and hand it over to their son or daughter when she becomes a major. It has never happened, so Mr. Sumant Raman cannot. And bylaw itself. So he says we are as young or old as DMK. So that is also another thing. Shiva Sena and the other parties came later. But we are as young or as old as the DMK. Another factor in DMK is it has become from Mr. Karunanidhi's family to it has been now partitioned. The DMK party as an asset has now been handed over to the Mr. Stalin's family. Mr. Adagiri and the other son, they've all been totally sidelined. So that from one found Mr. Karunanidhi's family, in that another family, the micro, macro level, everywhere it has gone. And as I told, if he says Mr. Thackeray and Badal and all that, those people, Mr. Mulayam Singh or anybody, they founded the party. But while in the case of Mr. Karunanidhi, Mr. Nadujarian was supposed to become the successor to Mr. Annadurai.
All right. No, you made that point earlier as well. You made that point earlier as well. Mr. Sarvanan, Mr. Sarvanan, your response.
See, the ADMK is the party.
Umaji, please listen to the response.
The ADMK, Mr. Govai Satyan, representing ADMK is the party which has competence in corruption alone. In the last 10 years, the way they have looted the state of Tamil Nadu, this kind of looting has never happened in the independent country. I think no other state government would have looted as much as what the ADMK has looted. And now they have the audacity to come and preach about nepotism and all other things. That is one thing. The other important aspect is this. See, the constitution, the DMK, in all whatever it is, whatever the move, everything is being done with the as per the election commission mandated rules and all other things, where the cadres, the DMK cadres does not have any issue at all with the way how the party is functioning. They, in fact, they are all elated. So why are these people worried about our internal democracy? I'm saying if what they
I have last 1 minute.
Yes.
Mr. Sarvanan, one question I want to ask you.
Yes, please.
How many first-time MLAs could be given the kind of opportunity that Mr. Udhayanidhi Stalin has got? I'm not doubting his credentials. I am not doubting his credentials. But this is a genuine question that has been raised, that there are so many people within DMK who have worked for decades, old leaders, old guards. Many of them say they have not got their due. How many first-time MLAs can get that kind of opportunity if you're not the son of Mr. Stalin?
I would have answered that question if no first-time MLA has been given the ministership. There are so many first-time MLAs who have made ministers. So that doesn't mean...
Please tell the name.
This is the answer.
Please
Just a
tell the
moment.
name.
There are a lot of people, madam.
Please name them.
Yeah, that's what I'm asking. One second, let him respond.
What about LK Advani? Where is LK Advani?
In your party, sir. In your party, sir.
Why did you throw him out? Why did you throw him out?
There is no comparison.
What happened to him? Why did you throw him out?
Please don't talk about beans and carrots. Please don't talk about beans and carrots.
I think we have an answer there. I think we have an answer there, and something which has not been said. I thank you all for joining us on the broadcast. I think we have an answer there in something which has not been said. Uma Anandan, Mr. Sarvanan, Sumansi Ravan and Kovai Satyan, thank you all for joining us on the show. Dynasty is a characteristic of Indian politics. In the South Asia, perhaps. Yes, there's a lot of criticism of it, but it also continues to get the backing of people in some way and form, and sometimes with a popular mandate. Would it stay? Would it survive? Would largely depend on how Indian people and Indian electorate responds to this. So far, the dynasts have got a thumbs up. With that, it's a wrap from my side. Shivani Gupta joins you with Plain Speak.